righty. I hear, Anne Marie, you're meeting all sorts of folk out there this afternoon.
I am Felicia. Look who's joining me here live, none other than Pat McAfee. Thank you so much for making time for us. You just wrapped up your show down there.
Yeah, wrapped up the show down here. Obviously, the energy is palpable downtown. Huge night for Indianapolis. 9,126 days ago was the last time Indiana hosted an NBA Finals game.
You did the math.
That was in 2000, so obviously I'm lucky to be down here, and thank you for having me. You know my family, our WTHR family. My wife is an NBC watcher by nature, so I love everything you guys do. Thank you for having me on.
Well, and I love everything that you do using your platform to spotlight Indiana and Indianapolis, and I just love the pride that you take wherever you go from where you come.
Yeah, I'm very lucky. I was obviously born and raised in Pittsburgh. I went to school in West Virginia, and then I feel like I became like a man and who I am in Indianapolis. And this place is home for me. Met my wife here. I've had my daughter here. My parents live here. My business is here. It's my life is here. So I love this city. I love this state, and I think it's a good time to be here. And I think the people of Indiana know that.
Well, this is just such an important night, such an important time, such an important week for the Pacers and for the community. How can maybe kind of talk about all this coming together tonight and really what's at stake?
Well, I mean, I think if you look at the Indy 500 every single year, it's a spotlight on this city, its people, how hospitable.
Mm-hmm. Who's your hospitality?
Yeah, shout out John Mellencamp. The entire conversation about our city is hosting, and I think the spotlight being on that, both with the NBA playoffs here, with the Indy 500, with Caitlin Clark and the Fever, I just think it's a beautiful thing. And tonight is obviously very important. We need to win this. Oklahoma City, 5.5-point favorites on the road. They are the team that only had 14 losses during the regular season. They are the overwhelming favorite to win the series. But if we win tonight, that's a big deal. And I think Tyrese, Pascal, Miles, Coach Carlisle, and the boys are ready for it.
What do you think is the key? Do you think it is Miles?
I think Miles is obviously a massive piece of it. If he can get going, that's big. He's going to get a massive bag this offseason, well-earned. He's going to be a free agent. Need him to stick around here. Everybody's talking about Tyrese being aggressive. I think that could certainly be a part of it, but also Tyrese just facilitating. I think they're figuring it out. I think they understand what OKC brings, and Coach Carlisle hasn't had back-to-back losses since March. So I feel good about tonight. I don't know if it's going to be Tyrese being aggressive. I don't know if it's Neesmith going bananas. I don't know if it's Pascal taking over the game, but we'll figure it out, whatever it is. This team wins in a lot of different ways.
All right, now Felicia, I understand you have a question. What is that?
I want to know what he has to say to the naysayers, the people who don't think we can get it done.
She wants to know what you have to say to the naysayers, the people that think that we cannot get it done.
Well, I mean, people have been thinking that the Pacers are going to get it done since jump. You know, we had a bad start to the season this year. Even if you go all the way back to the Eastern Conference Finals last year when we get swept by Boston Celtics, nobody talks about how good the Pacers are. Nobody chit-chatted about how we were in the Final Four last year. All anybody thought was it was a fluke. And then this year they think it's a fluke. Then Tyrese Halliburton's the most overrated player. Rick Carlisle, well, he's been pushed out of a couple different organizations. That's no different than how we want it to be, Felicia. We want people to think we're the underdog, and we're going to show up.
Yes. All right. We will leave it there. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Where are you going to be watching tonight?
I think I'll be in there. I think I'll be in there. Not courtside, though. Hey.
No.
Yeah.
These
and
tickets.
Is there hot mics? Hot mics?
Congrats to the Pacers for what they're getting for courtside tickets.
Yes.
Congratulations to the NBA teams on what they're able to charge. And yeah, I think I'll be in the building tonight, and it's going to be electrifying.
All right. Hope to see you there. Thanks
And
so much
tell
for joining us.
them we
Pat
have-
McAfee, everybody. Yes.
you, Ann.
Yeah, tell them we have
Cheers.
John
Felicia,
Mellencamp
what?
on the line.
Felicia wants you to know that she's got John Mellencamp on the line.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna-
Please tell them to call Jack and Diane, and all that'll be good. That'll be good. All right, see you,
Yeah,
Felicia.
all right. Felicia, we're going to see what else we can get for you as our coverage continues here live through 6:30. But we are saying go Pacers.
Absolutely. Yes, sirs.
Yes, sir.